guys, it's me, Scott here. Welcome to another episode of Ride Along. I've got D-Man with me.
What up, guys? Just us two again this week.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We just did an amazing thing, but we're going to get into that later.
Yeah, much later.
You want to touch on that you went to an Aqua concert last week?
Yes, I did. I went last Thursday. We're going to touch on that first, give you a review of it. Wow. Okay, let me just start off by saying that. Fucking wow. All right, so as I mentioned, we went to the Aqua concert in Niagara Falls. It was the OLG stage at the Fallsview Casino. The seats we got weren't too bad. We could more or less see everything. It was about 200 level, about 10 rows up or so. But the show itself was really good. They started off with Brand Van 3000, and I thought to myself when I first saw the tickets and who was playing, I thought, okay, Brand Van 3000, that sounds so familiar to me. But for the life of me, I couldn't remember it. But then they played the song that I heard way back, I think it was 2002. And again, the name of the song escapes me again. I think it's called Astonish or Astonishment or something like that. And as soon as I heard it, I'm like, that's where I know these guys from. Because for the longest time, I was looking up on YouTube. I'm like, what's that? I could swear I've heard one of their songs before. I didn't know what the name was, but all that came up was Drinking in LA, which they played too. But anyway, yeah, they were actually, I thought it was going to be bored just like waiting like for Aqua to come out, but no, they were actually pretty good. I liked a lot of their songs, so they did a really good job. And out next came Prozzäk. Now you 90s kids, you 2000s kids, you know what I'm talking about. Fucking Prozzäk, oh, they're so good. They did a lot of their songs. They started out with Strange Disease, which I guess they normally do. They did a bunch of songs that I didn't really know, because I don't know too much about them. I just know like the main ones, which is Strange Disease, www. Never Get Over You, and of course Sucks to Be You, which they did last. And they did the whole audience participation, where they went, all the girls go, Sucks to Be You, all the guys go, I know, I know. It was really fun. They did a good job too. And then the main event, Aqua, a band that was my first time ever going to a live concert since I became a fan of theirs way back when they started back in 1997. So 26 years I've been waiting to go see them. So when I saw the tickets were available for that show, I'm like, there's no freaking way I am missing this. So I got the tickets. I think I paid like $75 for them, and I tell you, worth every freaking penny. I'll tell you right now, even Dougie, who was with me on that concert, he even said, yeah, that was so worth the money we paid.
I'm glad you actually liked that.
I did, and it was so great. Like, they did all of their classics. They did a couple of, newer ones, and they even did...
Well, they're what, in their 90s now? 80s or something?
No, they're not that old.
They look old.
No, I know, but they're not that old. They're like in their 50s probably.
Okay.
But they did, like I said, they did all their old classics. They did some new ones, of course. Like the minute they come out on stage, everybody's standing up because it's freaking Aqua, man. We were all going nuts that whole time.
They do that at every show.
Yeah, because like I said, it's Aqua.
Yeah.
Because like I said, right? But they and they even did one of their songs. It's a part of one of the shorts on my channel, where they did We Belong to the Sea, but they did it like with a country vibe to it. Like they played it like it was a country song, which is actually really good. And you'll even see in the video, Renee's going like, we're going country now, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It was funny. And then there was one part of the show where Lena was singing along with her backup singers, and Renee's just like off there. He's like, I thought you guys forgot about me. You guys are going to go off and become the new Spice Girls or whatever. I was like, oh, that was pretty funny. You know what the interesting thing was too? Is they had the videos of the songs playing in the background on the big screen. And their backup singers were actually in the videos, even though like they superimposed them in there or whatever they did. But they were actually in the videos. Like, I noticed that.
Oh, yeah?
And a lot of the videos were like, they were the same. Like, it's not like they changed anything about it. It was the same old video, but it had those particular backup singers in the videos themselves. So that was weird. I don't know how they did that. Technology's wonderful, ain't it? But yeah, great set. I think I did like 18 songs. I think they might have skipped one, but I don't remember because Dougie had the set list pulled up from the last time they had a concert. So I think they might have missed one, but either way.
Is it sold out?
I think it was. I don't know. I couldn't see the balcony above me, so. And it looked like it was from like where I was sitting. But great show. Easy 10 out of 10. I freaking, as I said, I love Aqua. So it was really awesome. If you're a fan of Aqua, go see them live. It is so worth it. The energy in that place was electric, man.
So, what about Money in the Bank?
Oh, we're getting to that in just a second. I just need to take a quick sip so my throat's getting a little sore. One second, guys. That's better. So, Money in the Bank. Let's start with, first of all, the fact that, like, after we made our predictions, they made like 3 more matches and stuff. So if you don't count those matches that were made, if you just go on the predictions we made when we did this, I'm 1 for 4. But if you count the matches that were added, I'm 4 for 7. Or I think 2 for 4. Anyway, I'm 4 for 7 in total. So we started with the men's Money in the Bank match, and of course they freaking added Logan Paul. You saw that, right? Yeah. I was so pissed. I'm like, nah, man, why Logan Paul? You didn't even have to qualify, too. Fucker just got in the match. Everybody else had to qualify. So I was hoping LA Knight would win, but no, it was Damian Priest, which I'm not too upset with. You know, I think that has some good storyline potential. Oh, don't tell me we can't get on the eastbound. It figures. Just have to go westbound and find the nearest turnoff and come back around. And what is it with driving on the 401 and all these things? Like, going off a quick tangent here. When I come back from the Aqua concert last week, I'm taking a cab from where the bus dropped me off, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna take the highway." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. It's a quicker way to get home."
Where'd the bus drop you guys off?
The last stop was McCowan and Finch, but it was like 3 in the morning almost, so there was the Blue Night, but I somehow missed it, so I would have to wait another half an hour. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm too tired. So I take a cab, and he goes on the highway. Well, you know what? The turn off to where I have to get where I have to get off the highway was freaking closed again for like the 5th time.
Oh, yeah.
I was so mad. I'm like, again? Come on. But anyway, so getting back to Money in the Bank. So yeah, Priest won, which kind of makes sense more storyline wise. I think they might either kick him out or they might kick out Finn Balor or the Judgment Day, or they might split the whole group. Who knows? But what was I gonna say? I'm actually kind of glad in a way, because people were saying, "Oh, LA didn't win the Money in the Bank briefcase, therefore he's automatically been buried." I'm like, fuck off with that. Besides, when you consider the fact that the last 5 of the last 6, no, 4 of the last 5, something like that. Ever since 2017, at least, the Money in the Bank holder has been treated like absolute crap. And even before then too, but I know definitely since 2017, because look at it, Baron Corbin. He was treated like an afterthought, and then he cashed in. They made him look like an idiot. And having seen it distract him and losing to Jinder Mahal of all freaking people. 2018, Braun Strowman cashes in ahead of time to get a Hell in a Cell match against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. They make him look like an idiot because Brock Lesnar interfered and had the match thrown out. 2019, they did because it's Brock Lesnar, so of course they're not going to make him look like an idiot. 2020, they had freaking Otis. What's this idiot doing? They had freaking Otis of all people win it, and he didn't even get to cash in.
Wow.
They made him look like an idiot by having him drop it to the Miz after his partner betrayed him. But then they didn't even keep Tucker around. He was gone like 2 months later or something. Not even that. And then Miz cashed in, but of course they had to make him look stupid too, because he tried to cash in and fail, and then they made him look like a whiner, like a bit, like when he was bitching, like, oh, that shouldn't count because I didn't actually cash in. Of course, which of course actually freaking worked somehow. And then, well, you get where I'm going with this, right? You get where I'm going with this, right? So, I'm glad LA Knight didn't win it because I'm not convinced WWE wouldn't do the exact same thing with him. So that's what they seem to do a lot of the time. They have the Money in the Bank winner lose and lose and lose and lose and lose completely. I don't want to say bury him, but they completely destroy all of his momentum. They destroy all of his credibility. And then when he barely has a shred of it left, then they decide, oh, hey, you know what would be a good idea right now? Have him cash in and become World Heavyweight Champion. That'll get fans to care again. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, it's a stupid move, but that's what WWE always seems to do. Now, I don't think Triple H would actually do that, but then again, he's not entirely in charge. That's Vince McMahon, tis too, so that was a Vince specialty. So I don't know. There is a good sign though, and that is that on Monday Night Raw this past week, they actually had Priest defeat Nakamura, so that's good. But then they also kind of made him look like an idiot afterwards because he interfered in the Seth versus Dominic match in the main event, and he was going to cash in, but then Finn interferes. He starts attacking Rollins, and then he knocks Priest over, and then suddenly Priest can't cash in because Seth takes off before Priest has a chance to cash in. So I don't freaking know. We'll see what happens, but my hopes aren't high for Priest right now. So that was just that match. So what else happened? We had the women's tag team title match, and I didn't watch it obviously, but I did pop for when Ronda Rousey came out with a Dragon Ball Z reference for those of you probably don't know what we're talking about. But there was an arc in Dragon Ball Z called the Majin Buu arc, where the main villains had the M on their foreheads, like the one Ronda had. So she was referencing that to when one of the protagonists of the show turned evil during that saga. So that was a pretty cool reference. And then so we have the match, and then of course middle of the match, Shayna turns on Ronda for no reason. Well, I think she gave a reason on Raw, but I didn't watch that segment. She turned on her for like no provocation, no nothing. Turns on Ronda Rousey, and they cost the women's tag team title. So now Liv and Raquel are tag team champions again. At least I think it's again. So there's that match, which was whatever. So the Intercontinental Championship match was next, Gunther versus Riddle, and it wasn't a long match, but it was pretty good. And I liked how they actually ended the match because I like what they do with Gunther sometimes. Sometimes they have him win by non-traditional means, like in this match. He basically chopped or slapped Riddle's busted foot, and then he locks him in an ankle lock and makes him tap out, which was pretty ingenious. I like how they do that sometimes. They what's the word I'm looking for? Alter expectation. So that was good. And then after the match, freaking Drew McIntyre appears. You saw that?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre came back, and he's going after Gunther for the Intercontinental title apparently. So that was cool. What happened next? Cody versus Dom. I thought Brock was going to interfere and cost Cody the match, but no, it's just a straight one-on-one. Cody wins after like a couple minutes. So, whatever. But it kind of made sense that Brock didn't come back. He came back next night on Raw. Because after that, freaking John Cena appeared. And he was teasing like a WrestleMania in London. Which apparently WWE's not even thinking. Well, they are thinking of doing it, but it's not going to happen for a long time.
Saying that for a while.
I know I think they're just trolling England at this point. And then of course Grayson Waller comes out and he gets.
Are we talking about Raw now?
No, Money in the Bank.
Oh, okay.
Grayson Waller came out and he tried to troll the fans by saying, "Oh no, WrestleMania should come to Australia."
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
WrestleMania Australia, apparently. So that was.
Not a bad place to host it. How about they bring it to Toronto?
Yeah, we should have. Well, I mean, they've already had Toronto twice, but I know what you're saying. And of course he gets an AA. You know, it's interesting, eh? Is that both Cena and McIntyre we haven't seen since WrestleMania. Both guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we see McIntyre before that because when I seen him return, I'm like, I didn't know he was gone.
Yeah, no, he's been gone since when he got beaten in an IC title match.
Oh yeah.
WrestleMania. Same with Cena. They've both been gone.
Well, that's cool.
What's funny is Cena was challenging for the U.S. title and Drew was challenging for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So then we had the women's Money in the Bank match, which apparently was a good match, but I didn't watch it. But Io Sky won, which is great, and she won by a pretty ingenious method herself by handcuffing both her damage control partner Bayley and Becky together through one of the ladder rungs, which is pretty creative. And apparently Trish Stratus' nose got busted too, so nobody tell Shelton Benjamin, okay? Let's see how many of you get that reference. So Io won, which is cool, and then on Raw she kind of teased cashing in on Rhea. And this is the first time since 2017, since Carmella won the Money in the Bank briefcase, that the women's Money in the Bank winner didn't cash in within 24 hours of winning the briefcase. Which again was going to happen anyway, because it would be 2 days between the pay-per-view and Raw, so either way it wouldn't have been 24 hours. And neither of the women's champions were defending on the pay-per-view, so made sense. Maybe she'll cash it in Friday. Who knows? So what was the World Heavyweight Title match was next? Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, and that was a good match, man. And of course, Priest comes out like, I think he was there the whole time, or he came out midway. I can't remember. But yeah, he came out midway. I remember now. So Seth and Finn had a great back and forth. Finn's got Seth on the ropes, and then Priest had to interfere and distract Finn. So they tried to go for the coup de grace, and he missed, and then Seth hit Finn with the stomp to retain the title. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew that was coming. And then, okay, I know you didn't watch much of the show, but please tell me you watched that main event.
I didn't see any of it. I was Canada. I was out.
Well, why didn't you listen to what WWE said? Make plans to watch it during the daytime.
It's Canada Day. I was out.
Clear your schedule. Watch it. You don't have like a tablet or anything?
I don't have time to watch it. I just watched highlights. What was the main event again?
The Bloodline Civil War.
I heard about that though, yeah.
Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Man, oh man, that match was insane. Started off a little slow, but oh, what a finish. And like, especially that one part where Roman, like you had the obligatory Roman Reigns ref bump.
Yeah.
That was literally every match he's in now, pretty much. Literally, like you go back and watch any match he's in, the ref takes a bump halfway through. But poor ref, he accidentally crossed himself too when he went through the ropes. You can hear him was like, "Oh God!" It's really fucking funny. But so they did a spot where Well, Jay got a visual pin on Roman, but after that, they did the spot where Roman and Solo did a combination Samoa Spike and Spear to Jay after Roman speared Jimmy. And then Roman stacked them up like it did at Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 37. And the crowd was like, no, not this shit again. They were actually chanting, bullshit, bullshit. But it was a false finish, which popped the hell out of them and me. I was like, oh my god, are they really doing that same fucking thing again? But no, both Usos kicked out. So, match goes on a little bit longer. Solo Sikoa takes himself out on the table after trying to hit Jimmy with the splash. Or a headbutt, I think it was actually. But so Solo takes himself out, and then the Usos, they double spear Roman. Actually, that might have happened before, but anyway. And then they do double super kick Roman. Jay goes up top for the splash. 1, 2, 3. First time in 3.5 years Roman Reigns got pinned. They blew the fucking roof off of that place. I was getting goosebumps. I'm like, that was so fucking good. I loved it. So Money in the Bank gets like a 4.5 out of 5 for me. It was such a great show. Obviously, like I said, there was some matches I didn't watch, but the matches I did see were fucking great. Cody versus Dom was kind of meh, but that's about it. Like, everything else was good to great. So, you want to talk about what we did yesterday?
Yeah, so me, you, and KJ, we went to Kingston.
Yep.
We went, saw Kingston Penn. We went to Fort Henry. We did the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, well, we can talk about a little bit about what they taught us about the tour.
I'm fucking tired.
So, we did a tour of the old Kingston Penitentiary where there was a big riot in 1971. There was a picture there of the fire that was caused.
Wasn't it in the 1800s though? I mean, oh no, it was the 70s.
Yeah.
I thought it was the 1800s that there was a riot too.
Yeah. I won't go into
2 riots.
maybe. I won't go into much detail about what they talked about, but basically during that riot, they did some pretty unspeakable things to some of the inmates there, like their own inmates. But it was like the child, you guys know what I'm talking about, like the molesters, the rapists, all those guys.
It's a maximum security prison, so the worst of the worst are in this place. We're in this place, including Paul Bernardo, who's currently in the mainstream media because so everybody from there got moved to Millhaven. Oh, it's up the road. So Paul Bernardo was in there for a bit after he left Kingston. Now there's a huge controversy because he got moved to medium security. No one lost their job. Yeah, it's all over
politics
the media.
For you.
Everything's politics. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so they told us about the riots, about one of the prisoners who escaped, and then he shot. Well, they don't know if he shot himself or the gun went off accidentally or what's going on, but
it's a great tour.
Basically, yeah, he said he's never going back to jail, and then he died. And apparently, they actually an 8-year-old kid got sent there one time way back when this place first opened
in the 1800s. Yeah. And actually, he couldn't talk or nothing, and he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, apparently they wouldn't. At some point during the history of the prison, like, you wouldn't be able to talk to the guards. You'd have to wait till somebody talked to you first. They wouldn't let you talk to other inmates. It was crazy, man. So then we did Fort.
Oh, sorry. Also, the people who were giving the tour, well, not giving, but like were like throughout the facility, actually worked there.
Yeah. And
like they were the ones who were telling us, like, our actual tour guide, I don't believe worked there.
Yeah, she looked kind of young.
She worked for the people who own the penitentiary now, but actually the actual people inside the penitentiary used to work at the penitentiary.
Yeah, some of them did. When
it was jail, so like they were jail guards.
Yeah,
the old people that were talking
there,
to us. Yeah.
And they had one guy doing like suicide watch and stuff.
Yeah. Also, the graffiti was all authentic. It was all not cleaned up, so like there was some racist shit and everything on there with the racist shit. Oh yeah. Nothing was really changed with that place. You can't even drink the water from there.
They don't. Yeah, they don't let you drink the water
because it's like poisonous and stuff.
Non-potable, whatever that means.
I think there's lead in it. They haven't fixed
probably
it because it's 1800s. You have to change the piping. But sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Fort Henry.
Fort Henry was it was all right. We saw a bunch of old artifacts and like the cannons and stuff, and they did a parade where they shot off the cannons a few times and their rifles.
And then they went into a code red, and they told us like 20 times.
Yeah, well, apparently there was lightning in the area, so they didn't want people outside because we were at a pretty high point in the
highest point in Kingston.
Yeah. So there was a chance somebody could be struck by lightning. So
yeah.
Like they didn't kick us out. They just wanted us to stay inside as much as possible. So.
And I really liked how they all stayed in character. Even if like we weren't around, like I could hear them talking to each other, and they were talking like about their job and not like, hey Brandon, I think I heard about Sophie's boyfriend and all that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you could hear them talk about their random shit.
Yeah, they stayed in character,
they stayed in character, like it's always like they know there's someone around the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's always kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the way they were talking to us, like.
Well, they said very little.
Well,
we're in a code red. You need to go inside. Okay, you've told us like 10 times. You don't need to tell me 10 times.
Well, they don't know. Like if they don't know if we know.
I know. But like they should assume because.
Well, no,
everyone is saying the same thing.
Yeah, well, okay, right? But you can't assume. Because for all they knew, we just got there.
But there's a woman standing right at the gate. Anyways.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really. So we did all that. It didn't take long to do. There was a lot of rooms, but there's this one area where like 4 or 5 rooms in a row was just the fucking cots.
Yeah.
That was freaking funny. More beds! Even more beds! And then after that, we had to wait until almost nighttime. We did the haunted trolley tour.
That was really fun.
That was great. A lot of cool stuff. It took us to this one insane asylum, Rockwood, I think it was called.
Yeah.
The stories they told, oh man. I'm not going to go into detail.
Abandoned insane asylum.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to climb the steps.
Yeah, apparently they said, like, I don't know how real it is. We were going to try and come in afterwards and test it for ourselves, but KJ didn't want to. So apparently there's like, across from the insane asylum, there's like this set of stairs you can walk up, and apparently they hired a medium to go up the stairs. She took like one step in and she's like, nope, not doing this. I'm getting out of here. And then like I think one other guy tried to climb the steps and he tripped at like the last step or something. So yeah, they said they said they wouldn't let us off the trolley, but yeah, it was, and then they did stuff about Fort Henry and Kingston Penitentiary, which we had already visited earlier in the day, which is funny.
Apparently Kingston Pen is not haunted, which I doubt, because I think
they said it was.
It's just they didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
I truly think it is, because all those people there, like the riot, and then they told us about the riots and the guys that got hanged and died.
Yeah. So there's a distinct possibility it could be, but I don't know. So that was our trip to Kingston. The traffic there was great.
There and back.
Of course, coming back because it should have been, because we came back pretty late. I think we left around like 10.
Yeah.
So that was our trip to Kingston, and then just now, on the day of filming, which is Wednesday, we just finished another. I don't
know if you would call it a game.
Well, it was kind of like a tour, but not really. It was like a self-guided thing. I guess you call it like a hunt. Or
you do it on your phone.
Yeah, you have to download this app.
It's called Butcher's Ghost. It was pretty cool.
It's recommended to do it at least 2 people, because you need like one guy to scan the QR codes and stuff, because there's a lot of QR codes. See, here's the thing, like we paid for the ticket, but I don't know if you necessarily need to, as long as you know about like what to do beforehand.
Yeah.
Because it's not like there's anybody there to verify or anything. You just go and I'm not suggesting.
They do send you all the information.
Yeah, that's true. But again, like I said, if somebody wanted to do it again, then I guess I don't think they need to necessarily pay for it. Not that we're encouraging that, just, something to think about.
But it was pretty cool. Like, it took us around South Mississauga, Port Credit area.
Yeah, the ending was creepy as fuck. I'm not gonna give spoilers, but damn.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty affordable. Like, I think it was like $30. And I think the VIP was like $40. Which
I can't even imagine what the VIP would be like.
I actually wanted to get VIP, but apparently they were sold out. So.
Yeah. We didn't see it. Well, we were supposed to have done it like an hour beforehand, but it got delayed. But we didn't see anybody else doing it with us, so I don't know.
I feel like the off-ramps are going to be closed again. Fuck.
Well, as long as we can get off at Markham. Oh, yeah, I guess we can get off at McCowan if we have to. Yeah, so that was a busy week for us. Well, for me especially. All those things we had to do. So, what's new with you, Brandon?
Not much. Just tired.
Typical, hey?
Well, no, I've had a long 2 days.
Yeah, I hear you.
Not much except from BME, we have some stuff coming up. I'm not gonna get into it yet. We should be making the announcement very soon. But yeah,
Cool.
got some big things going on in August.
We're going back to Niagara Falls at the end of the month.
Yeah.
To the Whirlpool jet boat.
I can't really think of anything else right now. But
Yeah, typical.
no, I'm just dead fucking tired. I can't think.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what happens a lot of the time. We can never think of what to say.
Well, normally I have a lot to say. That's right. Yeah. But anyways, how about you? What's new with you?
Not a whole lot. Besides
Besides everything we just heard. Yeah.
At the con, that was really fun. And what's ironic actually.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. DJ King of the Six, Alex Lewis's new song, Put in Work, is now available on all music streaming platforms. You guys can go and stream it. I'll type in Put in Work. It's the name of the song. It's a great song. We thank everyone for the support. Let's run it up. Off of the album Long Live the King, dropping later this year. Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of stuff coming up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So as I was saying earlier, what was funny? Okay, so I went to when I was down in the Falls, I went to the arcade there, the Great Canadian Midway, and I got, like, I wouldn't say super lucky, but okay, so basically what happened was the first thing I did was I played the skee ball, and I was supposed to only get, like, I think 14 tickets or whatever, but there were no tickets coming out. So I told one of the employees there, and they go and they replenished it or whatever, and then, like, the tickets wouldn't fucking stop coming out. I think I must have got at least 100.
Oh, wow.
I guess somebody else, like a bunch of other people tried to get it, like, did it, and they couldn't get their tickets, so they just said screw it. So it was backed up, and I just got like 100 of them or whatever.
Nice.
So that was funny. Then I played Wheel of Fortune, and I landed on the 200 tickets, the wedge, which was great. So I got just over 1,000 tickets with that. And what's funny is, not 10 minutes later, I was walking by, and this family was playing. They landed on the 200 as well.
Nice.
They got like 1,200 or something. So, and then I think I won maybe not necessarily any more jackpots, but I won a bunch more tickets. And then there was like a bucket there with tickets in it. Somebody left for some reason, so I'm like, okay, more tickets for me then. So I think I used up all my luck there, because I go to the casino later. And they gave me I said for the tables, I should have said for the slots. So I just played the roulette a couple times. The dealer, or whatever, what do you call him? The spinner? I don't know casino jargon. I've never really been there. I've only been there a couple times. Well, that would be for blackjack, but the roulette, I don't know if that's the same.
Dealer, same thing, yeah.
Okay, so the dealer. So the minimum is actually $25, but when you take the Safeway bus, they give you only a $40 card. So what he did was, I guess it was just a way to get more money off of me. He's like, "Oh, I'll let you bet under the limit just the one time." I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So obviously I lost it all, but it's not really my money anyway. Well, I guess there's two ways of looking at that. It's either because I paid $50 for the ticket, right, the round trip. I guess you could think of it as either the trip itself was $50 and the casino, the $40 you get is free, or the trip is $10 and the extra $40 is for the casino. You put in for the casino.
You should have gone in for slot machines. It's a lot better.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but it doesn't really matter. I knew I was going to lose it anyway.
Yeah.
So me and Dougie both. Well, Dougie apparently said he won a little bit of money and then he lost it again. I'm like, I told you, man, quit while you're ahead. Fucking listen to me.
You're a bit of a gambler, right?
Not really. The most money of my own I've ever gambled was like $15, and that was fucking back when I was, I think, 20, 21, whatever. But yeah, like I said, I guess I used up all my luck at the arcade.
Did you sign up for a player's card?
Yeah, they gave me the thing.
Okay, so you're gonna probably get emails. You're gonna get free tickets to some shows then. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Well, because I get them and I barely go.
I don't think I signed up.
Free
I don't
parking
know.
too.
Well, it's not like I'm gonna need it.
No.
But yeah, so I just something I wanted to. I figured, like I said, it's not really my money, so it wasn't a big deal to me. So. Yeah, so I've run out of basically everything I wanted to talk about.
I guess we can wrap it if you want.
Guess so.
All right, everyone, have a good night.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah. Thanks for watching Stay Out of Trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, but don't worry, it's a short list.